Commissioner Malema?
No, I just want to ask, for you to get the Fidelity Fund certificate, what is required?
An audited report.
No, for you to get, for the trust to get the Fidelity Fund certificate, what do you do? What do you submit to who?
You submit your auditor's report, which goes to the Law Society.
Thank you. So it means you knew about this in 2014, 2015, 2016. You say to the Fidelity Fund, the people who issue a Fidelity Fund certificate, our books are in order. So in a way, you deliberately misled those people. Leave the fact that the funds were stolen and all of that, you reported that, you regretted that. What about this misrepresentation before the body that gives you Fidelity Fund certificate? Because there is no way you had told them this truth that you said you told the Law Society. Otherwise, they were not going to give you, I suspect, the Fidelity Fund certificate. And after that, all these years, you remember that 2016, he asked you, 2016, did you get Fidelity certificate? You say yes. 2017, did you get, 2016, did you get the Fidelity Fund certificate? You say yes. When did you get the loan? That one I don't remember. You remember the things that have got nothing to do with you, but the one that has got to do with you, which is a loan. Not a certificate, because you don't issue certificates. But those ones you remember. But as in when did we get the money so that we qualify to get the Fidelity Fund certificate, you don't remember. And I agree with you. You came prepared. You are prepared. You just prepared to come and distort this fact because you knew it's going to rise. It's not a fact that we're not going to raise it. You knew. And one of the facts that we're going to deal with is when did you get the loan? So you know, if you give us the date of the loan, it's going to contradict the financial year of 2015, 2016, where you got the Fidelity Fund certificate. Am I correct in my observation?
Commissioner, I can't take the facts much further than I have explained and that I've written.
Can I just add something to that as well? And I'm sorry to do this because I know we're out of time.
Okay.
But I need to put this to you, Ms Norton, because for me it's a matter of serious concern.
Okay.
In your answer to Commissioner Mangena, when he asked you about the 2016 and 2015 certificate, Fidelity Fund certificate, your answer was, but we had gotten a loan to repay.
Yeah.
Right? But in your letter, you make it very clear in item 10 of your letter that in November 2017, a legal official from the Law Society had found that there's a deficit of over 11 million rand in the trust account, which means it makes it very clear that whatever loan was procured was done after November 2017. So I have to raise with you that I've got serious concerns about the answer.
Well, I mean, the logic of that, I would agree,
CJ,
stands.
CJ, my point is very simple. There are two wrongs you have done. A person stole the money, you didn't report it, and ultimately you want to plead guilty about that specific issue, which you say that I admit. I want you to admit to the second issue, that you deliberately misrepresented the facts in order to get a Fidelity Fund certificate, which is a separate misconduct on its own. That you cannot misrepresent the funds of the trust, even when you know there is a deficit. You cook books and then you get the certificate. That only, and this, the Law Society didn't deal with it. It dealt with you not reporting the stolen money. What about the fact that we just established now that leave the money being stolen, even the books were not properly recorded and there was misrepresentation? That's why they got Fidelity Fund certificate throughout, even when they had a deficit. Am I right?
Yeah.
Thank you, CJ.
Commissioner Bredenbach.
Thank you, Chief Justice. Good afternoon. I'm over here.
Oh, Yes.
What happened to Mr. How do you pronounce his name? Adekeye?
Yeah, so there's a criminal case against Mr. Adekeye.
It's 2025.
I know.
It's finalized.
I know, it hasn't. It's at the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court. It has been ongoing for about 4 years or so. And the criminal, he was struck off the roll. Okay.
Yes, in 2019.
Yeah.
When did you lay the charges?
In around about the same time, when all these disclosures were made, we laid criminal charges against him, but the case has taken a long time. It's still ongoing.
And if he had repaid the money, would you have laid criminal charges? Try hard to give a decent answer.
No. We probably would have. We probably would have.
Probably is going to sink you. Thank you.
I think Commissioner Breitenbach is finished. Commissioner Breitenbach, do you know what happened to Mr. Adekeye? You should know.
I don't. I'm not a prosecutor and I haven't been since 2013. But you can be sure that I will now go and find out.
I just have one point, Ms. Norton. I mean, look, I hear what all of the commissioners have put to you, but not to detract from them. But I have a narrower problem, which is that you've been drip feeding us the disclosures, which is fully within your control. I understand the others that it was a partnership and you guys were also a victim of crime. But the problem is that your disclosures to us as the commission, have been coming in drips and drabs. This is the problem I have about being drip-fed information. I happen to sit in the objections committee, and we read through these objections. If it had not been for the Law Society, the sort of mundane disclosures you made would not have made me worried. But it's because the Law Society dragged the information out of you that I actually got to know that this is a very, very big thing that we are dealing with. So I just thought maybe you want to comment about why you have been drip feeding the commission with your disclosures.
Commissioner, I didn't feel that I was drip feeding. In the questionnaire, I made the disclosure. I gave some background to it. Quite frankly, I didn't know how much detail to provide. And when the Law Society came back, and they said there hasn't been sufficient information or disclosure, I went back into our records and I provided what I thought would be a sufficient disclosure. Gosh, if it feels drip feeding, that's certainly not my intention. I think a matter like this also creates a lot of interest and a lot of curiosity. But I don't think I was drip feeding. I made the key disclosures and the key apologies. I can't really take it much further than that.
No, I understand. Thank you.
Thank you.
Even that, I have some difficulties just on us. I just felt I was being misled, or I was not being told the full story, and it frustrated me. Because even the story about when exactly you reported Mr. Adekeye, the crime happened in 2014. And my understanding is that he was not reported at least until 2017. Now, that for me is a big problem. That you are a victim of crime, someone has stolen 17 million rands of a client's money, you are bargaining with them. But that disclosure, was also not pertinently made, that there was a delay in the reporting of the crime. So it's emerging now with Commissioner Malema, Commissioner Breitenbach, and Commissioner Mangen. This is the drip feeding I'm complaining about.
Look, I mean, we managed the situation as best as we could. I'm a...
No, don't misunderstand me. I'm not
Yeah.
complaining about what happened at the firm.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand you are a victim of crime. I'm talking about things you are in control of as an applicant to the JSC.
Well, Commissioner, if the feeling is that the disclosure wasn't sufficient, I apologize for that. I thought, I'd given the details that was appropriate. I can't really take it much further. Can I also say, this was a situation that arose many, many years ago. I'm also one of 5 directors. I certainly learned what the principle of joint and several liability meant coming out of this experience. But it has been a long time. And I have done also very, good work in pro bono clinics and done pro bono work. This is an unfortunate stain, and it really took us all by surprise.
Thank you, Sitri.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms Norton. You're excused.
Anything further?
No,
No.
I've just excused you.
Is that enough? Okay. All right. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you.